What up, y'all? It's your boy Kato.
And your boy Sholly Low.
We back at y'all again. This episode, we gonna come at y'all. We gonna talk to y'all about I like to call it myself personally the child support scam. How you feel about that?
You know, like I don't personally feel like it's a scam. It is a flawed system.
Okay.
I do agree with that. It's a flawed system. You know, we all understand the importance of supporting your children,
Right.
and all that. But the system that they have right now, that they currently have in place, is totally against men in the way that they put it together, the way I see it. Because I don't understand how somebody can make so much money. The woman that you have a child with does not make anywhere near that, and then you got to give her a certain percentage where she doesn't even have to work anymore.
Right.
Which I wouldn't even understand. And for the middle class man like myself who has a decent job, it's not that my child support is too high or anything to that nature, but it doesn't help me. If something happened with my job where I lost my job, I would instantly, get a warrant for my arrest,
Right.
get arrested, get my license took. Now, how's that helping my child?
It's not, because it's designed to where you while you're incarcerated, your child support don't stop.
No.
You still keeping that tally going, and now that you in jail, you a slave to the system.
Yeah.
Now you making money for them while you in jail. So regardless of how you look at the child support thing, that's why I say to me it's a scam, because it's designed to break you, period. If you out in the street or if you locked up, regardless, either way it go, you're gonna pay the system, you're gonna pay the state, you're gonna pay the government, you're gonna pay them in freedom, or you're gonna pay them giving them time, because they're getting paid from you regardless, whichever way you go.
And I really have a problem with the aid. If you're gonna give somebody aid, assistance, state
Right.
assistance, and which I don't mind, people need help at times, and I have no problem with that. But my problem becomes when somebody gets state assistance, why is it on the man's shoulders to pay all that state assistance back when she's the one who used it? Why is this not a half and half thing? Why don't she have to pay half of it back? Why do I have to pay the whole amount?
Because they want your labor. They want your labor. They want your body inside that cell so they can get that money from you regardless.
Yeah, because the money works in both ways. So once they got you in the cell, you know what I'm saying, they start benefiting from that.
Right.
And then you already own, like you say, your tally is going up during the time while you are incarcerated. But
it's double pay for them.
It's unfair.
On top of, they want 60% of your income. How are you supposed to survive paying 60% of your income? If I was in the home with my child, if I left home and I'm not in the home with my child, what makes you think that I want to give y'all 60% when I'm in the home with my child and I'm not giving my child 60% of my check when I'm at home? So it's like, if I make $1,000 for the month, I'm supposed to give my child $600 of that for the month, even if I'm at home with my child. So I'm just gonna come home and say, you know what? Here's $600 for you out of this $1,000 for the month. Whatever bills can't get paid, just can't get paid. I'm gonna give you $600 of that $1,000 every month.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, and I don't want people to take this as if we are being racist or anything, because this has nothing to do with race, because it's strictly
Unfair for whoever
gets in it. Like, when you look at especially athletes who get paid this major amount of money, and then the women that they had these children by, they don't have to work. Like, they go get another boyfriend, they go have a whole nother life,
Man.
and he take care and caters their whole lifestyle.
And if she married him, she's going to get alimony until she decides to get married again, if she ever decides to get married again.
Yeah.
So it's a crooked system.
It is, and I know very few women that are on child support. Very few women, because the system is already designed for the woman to get the child, regardless of how her situation is laying.
Right.
Like, you have to fight to get that child. You have to prove that she is a bad parent, which you're not saying she's a bad parent. Like, I got more income, more stability. I think the children should be with me.
Right.
That's not enough in the system. That's not enough to get your children.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, it like I say, because it's not designed for the woman to go do labor. is designed for us to go do labor.
No, I never thought about it like that.
So it's set up. It's rigged. It's rigged for men, mainly men of color, but men in general. Period.
Yeah.
Because the system is designed to where years and years and years ago, to where you would be out doing if you're in prison, you're doing some type of work for them. I mean, that's something we're gonna get into, in the next episode. But it's designed to have you to where you a modern day slave.
I know. And then once you leave the household, you're no longer with that woman. Like, you still have your own bills that you got to pay, but you also now have to help her with her bills.
Which I don't agree. I don't agree. I would, and you know what? And I'll get a little personal in this situation. You know what I'm saying, Charlie? With me, you know what I'm saying, with my daughter's mother. I left from being around my daughter and her mother. I say, when my daughter's probably 6-7 years old, and she'll be, 17 this year.
Yeah.
And it's like, when the whole time that I was around, I never asked her mother to participate in anything that had to do with our child, because I felt like it was my responsibility.
Okay.
So I did everything that I was supposed to do. I made life for them comfortable. I gave my child above and beyond what it was she needed and what it was she wanted. Same with her mother. I mean, we wasn't in a relationship or anything like that, but because you're my child's mother, I'm going to make sure, by all means that I can, to make sure that y'all are comfortable. And I did that. But when I left the home, I think in my mind, I think she expected that to still remain the same. And it's like, no, now I'm going to make sure that my daughter has everything that she's supposed to have. And I mean, I did that. There was points of times in there where, when I was, in between doing things that I was doing, to where, it might have not been $100,000 to just run through, to just splurge on vacations and trips and everything, but to the point to where I'm still taking care of my daughter. I'm still going to do for my daughter. I'm still going to be there for my daughter. And if my daughter's calling me, asking me for things, if I'm giving her what she's asking, and I'm making sure she has what she needs, why are you pressing for child support? What is the purpose of that? And I mean, I was told at one point in time to where it was like, you know what? Cut me this amount of money every month, and I'll take the child support off. And I'm like, huh? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cut you this. This exceeds what I would have to do for my child if I was in the home for my child. So what are you trying to get me to do? Pay your bills?
That's what it basically comes down to.
But that's not right.
That's what it basically comes down to. Like I say, even in my personal life, it's like, it's always thrown in my face. Well, I provide, roof for her, food for her. And that's cool, because I would do the same thing if she was in my home. It's
right.
Like, but I would do that anyway. If I didn't have a child, I would still have to have a roof over my head. I would still have to pay rent. It's not like I'm going to live out here for free and be a bum living in the streets just because I don't have kids. That wouldn't happen. So it becomes such a catch-22, you know what I'm saying? Because with the system being behind them, that's all they have to do is run to the system. The system go ahead and, attach all this stuff to your job, and the next thing you know, they garnishing your wages, and you can't even do nothing about it.
Nothing, because they're taking theirs beforehand.
Yeah, they're taking it before you can even do anything. You got to go get a lawyer, fight this stuff, and where you're coming out more money just to even try to get back even in your life, But I'm not, like I say, but I'm still not against child support, the meaning of what child support is. I'm not against it, and I don't want nobody to think that I'm against it. I understand what child support is and how it can help. But when the system can easily be abused the way that people easily abuse it today, that's why I'm against it. The system is flawed in too many ways. And women know it, and they don't care, because all you have to do is get that man on child support. If that man ain't doing whatever you feel like he should be doing at that time, or he get behind in them bills and you get upset with him, all you got to do is call them people on him.
Call that hotline.
And he's going, and they like, you going to go take care of him. No, you going to call them people, and they going to come take care of him.
Right.
And then you going to be sitting up, well, you better be doing what you want. You better be doing what I say do. And it's like, now she almost got a noose around your neck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She almost got a noose around your neck if you a scary nigga who not willing to fight, But I'm willing to fight for mine,
Yeah, I agree, and I mean, I would have to say personally, I'm one to say, and I mean, I'm not going. I've said it, and I'll say it. I'll state it clearly now. I'm not paying twice, and I don't pay twice. I don't pay twice. You want the child support, take the child support. But at the same time, don't be beating me over the head for this child support, and then you're not spending the money like you're supposed to on my child, and then my child is double back calling me talking about, Dad, I need this. Why you ain't got that? And I sent, what? I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Well,
I don't get it. You know,
it doesn't, because the system doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? That check comes in her name. She cash that check. She do what she wants to do with that
Right.
check. You know what I'm saying? So when she gets it, you know, but I'm not gonna say I don't pay twice, because I do. Because once she get that check, if she don't take care of my child or do whatever she's supposed to do with it, and my baby call me, I'm gonna go ahead and hit her off, because I want to make sure my baby comfortable at all
yeah, that's
times,
why I
you know
only
what I'm
do the hitting off. I'm not doing the child support. I'm not paying the child support. I'm not paying you twice. I'm not paying you twice for something I could pay for once. If I was in the home with you, I wouldn't be paying for it twice. So what makes you think because I'm not in the home with you, I'm going to pay for it twice? It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. But this is the system that we're living in. You know, we have so many flawed systems in this country that we see and we know, but nobody stands up and do nothing until it's too late. You know, like right now we're just trying to make people aware of the system and how we see it. Now, if we're wrong, we don't mind you calling up, telling us, or trying to, you know, change our views, because if I'm wrong, I need to be known I'm wrong.
Yeah, please leave a comment on the comment section and let us know how you feel.
Please, because this is just my opinion, and this is what I have been seeing for a long time now. I see some men who go in and out of jail for an eternity, their whole entire life, because behind this child support. Even after the children are 25, 28 years old,
Right.
they still owe that bread from back then.
Rears.
And it's like, if I wasn't paying then, what makes you think I'm paying now? I'm trying to understand what is they
And
doing.
the child is grown and gone.
Then the child is gone, got his own kids. And
Right.
now I'm really, at that point, you are really, truly just paying her. You are just paying her. You know,
Or the state
or the
back.
state- or the state
back. I mean, in some cases, and I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that all these men out here are good dads.
No,
you
they're
know,
not.
you got. To me, I call them some of them sperm donors. You know, you got some sperm donors that make these kids and don't stand there at all. They gone. They gone to the next house, the next situation.
So when does the woman have to take responsibility for the choices that she made, for the decisions that she made? If you got with a nigga who didn't have a job, who wasn't doing nothing, and then you got pregnant by, do you expect him to start doing something different today?
I don't know why women do that, because in a lot of cases you can see where the man had several other kids with several other women, and then
didn't
you
take
got
care.
with him and you saw he wasn't taking care of these kids. In some cases, you was helping him take care of his kids, but then you turn around and have kids with him and expect something different.
And expect something different. That's the part that I don't understand. And then when they don't get it the way they want, they go right to the state, and the state help them get that. You know, at least they keep putting them nigga in jail. That's the only thing that actually happens.
I guess that's where that's the cushion right there, is to, if you ain't gonna give it to me, I know who gonna get it out you to give it to me.
Yeah, because, you know, some niggas will straighten up after that a couple times going to jail, like, let me go ahead and get a job. But most not.
I'm not paying you twice. I mean, face it, I'm not paying you twice.
You gonna stand on that, huh?
I'm gonna stand on that. I mean, I'm not one that I would say that I'm a fan of jail, but you're not sending me nowhere I've never been before. So
I know, and I get to that point too. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, you know what? I would rather go to jail
Right.
than pay you twice. And I do get to that point, but, you know, I have been paying. But my baby finna be grown in a minute. So
Right.
that's
Right.
gonna be an underlay for the overplay, because I'm not finna be fucking around with y'all niggas no more.
exactly. So I mean, that right there, you know, is a blessing in itself. But I'm not paying twice. It's not happening. If I don't stand for something, I fall for anything.
Yeah. So you will go ahead and sit down and do however much time they say.
Man, I mean, yeah, if I have to, yeah, I will. Because I'm not, you know what I'm saying, I'm not paying you twice. I just can't see it happening. You know, and I mean, for you brothers that's out here and y'all dealing with this child support matter, hit us in the comments, and I have a way to show y'all how to get from behind this child support debt that these women have y'all in. There is a way. but they don't. The state don't want you to know it, and these women that do know it don't want you to know it. There is a way to get from behind this debt, if it's arrears, if it's current, whatever. But you only get this one shot, one time, and the only way that I'm gonna give it to y'all is you got to hit us in the comment section, and I'll let y'all know.
You know what? When a woman's getting food stamps and cash assistance from the state, and I got to pay that back, I feel almost entitled that I should be able to come over your house and cook a meal sometimes because I'm helping with this situation. I feel entitled.
Split some of them stamps with me. I gotta pay for it.
Yeah, chop me off some of them stamps. Go ahead and hook my household up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta pay for it.
You know what I'm saying? $100 here and there. Some. Because it ain't like my daughter ain't gonna be up here, ain't gonna eat over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here spending cash for mine.
But that's the crazy part though, because it's like even when we do, you know what I'm saying, get our children in the home with us and they're in the home with us, it's like, okay, but I'm still having to pay child support for the time that my daughter or my son, or well, not even my son, because I have to say, it's a blessing, with his mom. I mean, we don't even have those problems, with the child support and all those type of things.
I personally know her, and I don't think if something was to happen to your relationship, that's the route that she would go.
Right.
You would have to done something serious that she. I don't know what you would have done, but you had to do something serious that's the route she'll go.
No, I mean, we cool on that level, but I mean, it's just like, in general, for like men, period, for you ladies that's out here listening to it, just understand sometimes you might be putting that man in a deeper, hole than what he can handle.
I know, than what he can climb out of, because it's hard. It gets hard, especially when you don't your job is not paying you that much.
Right.
A lot of these men out here ain't getting paid that much money, and then don't have the time or the resources to work 2 and 3 jobs to make sure that they can finance your lifestyle and try to have a lifestyle for themselves. Because that's why a lot of men just say fuck it and give up and just like, man, go ahead, keep sending me to jail. You know what I'm saying? I'll do that time, let that shit build up. I'll do it all over again. And That's a game that you play. It's a dangerous game. I don't want to play that game.
No, I don't want to play the game, but I have to make it clear and understood. I'm not paying twice. It's not going to happen.
And then you see some men who have multiple kids. I'm talking about 10 or better. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
15 or better.
Don't know how.
Do they get just like a flat rate at some point? Do they get? I'm gonna have to ask somebody who I know got that many babies. Like, do you get a flat rate, man? Where you just got to pay this amount? Because I know you can't. First of all, unless you lived and had all them kids in your household, that's the only way you can actually take care of them. Especially if they separated, where you got 3 here, 2 there.
Well, I mean, you and I both know, what I'm saying, we've heard stories about a individual that has 15, 20 kids plus, and I've never asked the, the individual personally, but I've heard that after a while they cut the child support off because it's just too many children. Now, I don't know if that's true, because like I said, I never asked this individual, but rumor in the street, for years is that individual, after he reached a certain level amount of kids, it was just cut. Like, we know you can't pay. What we gonna do? Give each kid $3-4 a month? It's just impossible.
It is the same. Well, I hope that ain't true, just for the simple fact that in order for me to say I don't want to be on child support, that I have to have 10 plus, 15 plus, and that's the only way that's gonna work. Well, then I'm just gonna have to pay, because I'm not finna have 15 kids. Just to beat them.
No,
I just can't do that part. You know what I'm saying? I'm too smart for that.
Yeah, that's too many kids. I mean, for me, it might work for the next person, but myself, that's too many kids.
Yeah, that's too many kids. Like I say, if it happened to happen in the household that I was in, where we, had 15 kids, it just would be what it was.
No, that's too many kids for me.
That's
too many kids.
It is too many kids. But if you keep on busting, you're gonna keep on popping them.
Yeah,
keep on
that's too
getting
many
pregnant.
That's too many kids for me.
And how many abortions you want?
None. It's we got to figure something else out. We have to figure something else out.
You're gonna have to go get them tools tied.
You got to do something. It's got to be something.
I don't know. I wish there was more responsibility on the woman also. Like, why is all the responsibility on the man? And then most women gonna say, because I take care of that child. It's like, no, you take care of that child because I
give you the finances to take care of that child.
I want to take care of the child sometimes.
Right.
I want that same responsibility you have. So you should want the same responsibility that I have. At least that's how it seems to me. You know
So you think the system should make them switch out, like the woman go play the man role and the man come play the woman's role?
You know, it would only be fair. It'd only be fair. Being a man, you know, I feel like I get pent up against a wall because I have no choices. Like I didn't have no choice in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, when me and my first child's mother, when we broke up, I didn't have no choice in the situation. You know what I'm saying? She made these decisions for me. And whatever happened after that was her decisions, and all I could do was play ball. I didn't find it fair. Who said I wanted to lead a household in the first place?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was ostracized out of this situation, so all I could do was sit and take whatever was given to me.
Okay.
And now I owe bread behind it. Come on, man. Don't mess with my pockets. You can mess with it. You can break my heart. You know what I'm saying? You can even probably stab me. I'll get away with that.
You
But
know the
don't
old
mess with my
song.
pocket.
You know the old song.
But it's cheaper to keep.
Cheaper to keep.
That's what it is. But what if she don't want you then? But what if she don't want you? What you do at that point? Like, well, you know, I want to stick around but she like, nigga, you got to go. New sport coat. He already got a key.
Man.
And then what you do?
I don't know. You gotta go.
You gotta go, and now you gotta pay.
Right.
That's the part that I just don't like. How come? How is it that is that simple of a choice for a woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, you out, he in, you pay, he stay. How's it that simple?
Okay, so now that he's in and you out, how do you feel about him being in? How much of your old position are you willing to let him play?
That's a deep question because you're not finna play daddy. That's not finna happen. Not in my life. You know what I'm saying? That you get to come in and play daddy because I'm daddy. So, you know, because financially, if you're there, you should support and do what you're supposed to do. That's an important part of a man. If you're a man and it's your woman, you're supposed to help her.
Right.
But why do my funds got to help out? That's the whole part that I just don't understand. Why is my funds got to help out? If my baby needs something, you should be able to call me and get it. Like, I understand that some men who don't take care of their kids, but them men not gonna take care of their kids anyway.
Exactly.
Even if their kids are sitting in their face, they're not gonna do. But if you know the nigga who you was messing with, if he's a good dude and he do what he's supposed to be doing for his kid, why do you got to go get these people involved? Because these people ain't for you or for me; they for themselves.
Well, in certain cases, I have to say, such as myself, I got the people involved in my situation because there was other things going on that wasn't fair to where, you know, because you had the child.
Oh, yeah, what, like visitations?
All that,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But, so it's like, I wanted to get the people involved for those.
That's the back to the control part that I say. That's the noose she has around your neck. If she has the child, you be like, hey, I want to come pick my baby up. And she got the right to say no.
Right.
No. And that's
what she thinks she do.
What she do. What, you know, being a human, she can do whatever she wants. She got freedom of speech. She can say no. Not saying, like you say, she only thinks she can do that. And you can go talk to these people and they will help you out. And they will help you see your child. But why is we going through all this? You know, why do we have to go through all this for me to see my child or for me to be around my child? Why do we have to go through all this? Like, you know, I stay states away from my baby. So when I want her to see her, I gotta pay for her to come here. I gotta pay for her to go home. That money ain't taken out of that.
Not out of the child support. And a lot of times those tickets cost the price that it costs for child support for the month. So it's like, but it's expected of you. You know what I'm saying? In the same situation with me. But I was told since I chose to move, it was my responsibility to get my child from A to B when I want to see her, or when I want her to come to me, or when I want to go to her. It's my responsibility. So well, I mean,
you know, I can kind of agree with that. I'm not going, you know, discredit that because that's how I feel about it anyway. It's my responsibility. If I want my baby out here, you know, I'm gonna go buy a ticket. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure she got a ride to where she going. You know what I'm saying? So she can get here. You know, but that's me. But it's just the system still to me is just too flawed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not glad I don't have millions, but if I did have millions, I would be an advocate of fighting the system hard. I would go broke fighting the system.
With my millions, I would have a team. And when I say a team, I mean a team of lawyers. You know what I'm saying? So
you talking about you come in there like OJ and Johnny
I'm coming in there. I'm coming in there with the dream team. I'm coming with the dream team.
I heard.
I'm coming with the dream team.
That's almost how you got to fight this game at this point. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you start doing well for yourself, and she find out. That's another thing. Like, it's at this level, and she find out you doing better. They going and they checking check stubs, they checking income, they going to your bank account, see what you stacking up.
Right.
They got access to your whole information.
Yeah, because your social security number is
Tied to all
on
that.
file.
Tied to all that.
She has it.
And it's, yes.
She has it.
All she has to do is get a win at, oh, you know he got a better job now. Oh, you know he just started a business now. Oh, he has he?
Well, I tell you, but I tell a lot of these brothers now, if you want to get your child support, I give y'all one clue without, you know what I'm saying, the comment and
Please
reaching
do.
out.
Please
I'm going to
do.
give y'all one clue. Start your own business. Start your own business. When you start your own business, you are allowed to produce the amount of money that you make. So if you truly, and I'm not telling y'all to do this, but I'm just telling y'all, you know what I'm saying, in theory, that there's, you know, that this can be done. If you're making $5,000 a month and you own your own business, there are ways of saying that you only make $1,500 a month, like barbers. You know, we'll use a barber for instance, a person that own their own car wash, or a cook. You know what I'm saying? If you own your own, you know, restaurant or catering business, you know,
because the restaurant is a little bit more.
Yeah, look, you got to produce a lot of receipts and credit card and all that, foreign papers and all that type of stuff. But when it comes to just those three little things right there, you can easily say you made more or less. It's up to you, however you want to do it. You know, it's a cash business, so therefore it's kind of hard to say how much you made and how much you didn't make. So you good on that aspect of it.
And I can understand that, man. You know,
But who wants to go through that?
you know, somebody who don't want somebody to control how you pay child support, because that's what it basically comes down to. Because gifts, they not part of child support.
Not at all.
Your baby's birthday, you can go buy a pony. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no good. You know,
not at all.
You can buy her new shoes every week. You know, you can buy her whole wardrobe. That's not part of your child support.
Right.
Because the stipulation is that you pay this amount every week or every 2 weeks, according on when you get paid. That's the only stipulation that you have. They don't care if you like, well, I just bought her a car. Well, good for you. Pay that money. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Send us
Pay
that
bread.
check.
Pay that bread, or else we're going to have them people knocking at your door, putting them cuffs on you, taking you where you got to be.
Right.
Which, you know.
Or come get you at your job so we can embarrass you.
Yeah. I seen that happen, you know. It's not a cool system. That's all I can really say about it. I'm not in it deep enough to fight it yet, but the further it goes, the more I'm learning. And the more I'm finding ways to fight it. You know, listen to niggas like you know what I'm saying, who give me information of things that I could do or I should do, because I don't find it fair. Like, all the stuff I do for my baby, you know what I'm saying? I've been paying her cell phone bill for years, you know what I'm saying? Her phone ain't never been off for 1 second. And I don't consider that child support, but it is supporting my child to ensure that she can be reached, contacted if anything happened to her. You know what I'm saying? And I got my baby, I try to keep my baby up on the best, you know what I'm saying, of everything I do.
Exactly. You want her to have the best.
Yeah, but apparently it's not enough, you know, so.
But you know what? I know the comment section, my emails and everything is gonna be jumping on this, and I want to clear this up. You know what I'm saying, Charlotte? I want to clear it up. This is not a segment bashing mothers.
No,
this is not a segment, because there are a lot of beautiful mothers out here that stand on their 10 toes and go hard for their children, go hard for their families. And I would really love to take my hat off to those. Actually, I come from a mother that had 4 boys, and she did everything that she could and was supposed to make sure that her kids had a meal, they had a roof over their head, they had clothes on their back, they had everything that she could provide for them. And there are so many mothers out here that's beating the concrete on their own without these sorry ass dads, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to call them, because really they're not dads to me, you know, they sperm donors, like I said.
Like you said.
You know, it so I mean, I really want to take my hat off to y'all, you know, and congratulate y'all for doing what y'all doing on your own without, and that's a lot, without the system, because my mother came up with us without the system.
I know.
Without the system. And it was hard with 4 boys.
As well as mine, who had 3 boys, and she came up without the system, you know, never received no child support from my father. And we turned out all right.
Right.
Which means y'all can do this unless you let these people convince you that you can't do this without their help.
And they tricking y'all.
Yeah, which becomes a psychological problem for you, because once you feel like you can't do it without them, you don't need a man. Now you need them. They become your man. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. This is our show for today. This is Trilogy signing out. This is your boy, Shally Lowe.
And it's your boy, Kato. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe.
Go tell your friends to subscribe. Tell your granny to subscribe. Maybe she got something she want to say.
It's a good listen.
And we will be going to video real soon, so y'all can see this pretty face every week.
Look at that boy.
All right.
All right, y'all. Appreciate it.